Think we should like a cold open for one of these. Think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
I think that'd
sure.
work. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Hello, and welcome back to Encounter Proposal, the podcast where two friends make a hypothetical tabletop game one misstep at a time. As always, I am your Game Master Kyle, joined of course by our very own Critical Failure.
Hello, it's Will. Hello, nice to see you all.
There's
Nice of you all to attend.
Thank you all for coming.
Especially you. You're my favourite.
You're our favourite.
Former, what are those relationships called when they're like parasocial? And you're our least favourite. Former parasocial vendetta.
Sorry. It's not Hamter Bjork.
I think so. How are you today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I've had a pretty good week. I made dice this week.
You made dice. Oh yes, you made dice.
I made dice. Yeah, they questionable at best, but you know it's an attempt one. So they're full squares. They're not. I've seen some people have really bad attempts, but yeah, my ones have quite a lot of bubbles. But other than that, they are quite nice. How about you? How have you been?
I've been alright. Yeah. I did my last shift at my retail job,
Hey,
so I'm free.
fuck retail.
I mean, it's a difficult job. Those people who do it
It's very
stronger than
difficult.
me.
That's true. I only say that because I'm
I had
doing
to
it.
leave.
I hate it.
You're doing it. You're stronger than me, Kyle.
I'm not.
I think you might be.
No.
I think it's quite hard to be weaker than me, though.
Do you think?
No, it's harder to be.
Why?
Yeah, it's hard to be weaker than
Where
me.
do you put yourself on the scale? Are you like above?
I said last week that I don't think I could beat up a child, and not even on like a moral front. I think I could do it morally.
At least we have consistency.
Yeah,
if if nothing else, we are consistently putting ourselves down.
yeah. I think morally I could beat up a child, but I don't think. Um,
Are you
I
sure?
don't think I don't think I'd win.
Are you sure you want this on a record?
I said good, allegedly. Not my child.
Allegedly. We talked about AI at the beginning. We can just blame it all on that. The machines made
Yeah,
me
none
do
of
it.
this. I've actually not been here. I'm an
the,
AI.
the second
chatbot.
time that we've suggested that I've been making you up.
Have you seen that? Like Elon Musk, had that like AI that he was like, this AI is epic and based, and it only tells the truth. And its like next tweet was that Elon Musk is a pedophile.
No, you're joking. This is not.
He was
real.
like, and then he was like, unfortunately, this AI is based on the internet, which is full of woke nonsense.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
And you're like, motherfucker, you just vouched for this, and it's first thing it did.
This robot is actually so awesome and so cool. He's a nonce. Shh, quiet.
Shut up! Shut up!
He's lying.
He's lying.
Oh,
It's like taking a child who won't shut up to a function.
genuinely. Oh, your child who's finally allowed on the internet who has to like come to meals with you now.
Have you seen that they're trying to ban like
Kids.
social media and phones from people under 16 years old?
No.
They were like, we need to ban this because it's making like incels and drug dealers.
That's not.
And it's like that's like a 70s drug addict,
Yeah. As
not drug addict, drug fearmonger level of thought process going into it.
drug. You can't be like, oh, it's making drug dealers. Sorry, do we like this? This not new. We can't be like, oh, these phones. They're really looking for something else to blame. Like,
Yeah,
oh, Jesus Christ. How?
it's just very weird to me.
No. It's kind of like there's so many stuff that they're just like, this is scary. Ban it. I don't want to understand
There
it.
is so
I
many
don't care.
stuff.
Ban it. Like,
That's me with it's me with learning things. It's me with intaking information.
I don't like it. Get it out of my head.
I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
It's like, did you know that the XL bully ban isn't just on XL bullies? They just have to look like one.
Huh?
Yeah.
I've I've drunk kissed a couple of people who are gonna get culled off that list.
Oh, it's so dumb. Yeah, they just have to fit like the size, and description basically.
Wow, they made like a dog racism.
Yep. Yeah, it's really dumb. It's that band sucks. That band's horrible. It's not the dog's fault. It's horrible owners. It should be more difficult to get a dog.
Yeah, I think it's weird that band's come in. There are other things going on.
Yeah, it was such a weird like. This is a thing localized to the UK. Just like there
Yeah.
was a big ban on the XL American Bully, or is it just XL Bully, which is
I think it's just that. Well, you said it's anything that looks like it.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's funny that they made that law and then like fucked off on holiday for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, everybody had to. Half the people who were like in kennels had to like. I don't know if you saw those. People were doing like they would just get a van, load them up with like as many of these dogs as possible, and just drive them to Scotland, which I thought was very sweet.
Yeah, it's sad that it had to come to that. Though.
Yeah, but it's nice to know there are still people making the effort and not blaming the dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other nicer topics for this week?
Um. Well, I went to a museum,
Oh, a museum.
so I wanted to go somewhere nice to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're an
I like
artist.
drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed going to the museums in London.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that was one of my favorite days of last year. So I thought I'll go to a local museum.
Support your local museum.
Exactly. So I caught a bus to this like museum that was like a national history museum. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be fucking good, right?
Mhm.
Because the London National History Museum is beautiful. It's full of stuff we should give back, but it's
I was
beautiful.
gonna say
right?
it's a big proof that we're great at stealing stuff.
Oh, it's a wonderful like mafia bank vault, um, essentially for things that Charles has. Was it you that I said that if the crystal in his crown shoots a laser, I think he should keep it?
Yeah, I don't think you told me that, but I agree.
Oh, okay. If it's for like if it's giving him eternal life, I don't blame him for keeping it. Anyway, so I go up to this. Well, it's just like a big building,
Mm-hmm.
and it only has exits to its car park. Which I was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And it was building 4A. So spray painted on the bins outside was 4A, 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 which looked like ha 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 because all the paint had run.
Oh no, like the worst Joker tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I was like, this is fine because it's a museum. It's just got a weird outside.
Yeah.
So I go inside, and there's a lady sat behind a very small table, and she's in like period dress,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she takes my surname.
Okay.
I was like, do I need to pay to come in? And she was like, no, just your surname's fine. So I think I'm in a pact now.
I was
Right.
gonna say no, not with coin. You don't pay.
Yeah, because then the fucking next secretary comes in, and she's a twin, identical twin of the first lady,
No.
just dressed in a different colour.
No.
Then I look around the room that I'm in. It's quite a small room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's full of taxidermy,
Ooh.
like to the brim.
Oh.
There is a cupboard full of skulls and seashells. Everything else is taxidermy. And then walk into another room, which is a bunch of old men hanging out around a table, and more taxidermy. And one of the old men looks at me and he goes, "Do you want cockroach cuddles?"
What?
And I was like, "Okay, dude, what the fuck?" And then he was like, "Do you want tarantula cuddles?" And I was like, "Less than the first one." So he shows me his collection of live bugs,
Oh.
right? Which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like bugs.
But they had this like big green stick insect in the middle that was taxidermied, and they were like, "This was our green queen." And I was like, "Okay, dude, stop saying it like you prayed to her." So
Is- Why? How do these places get funding? Like,
I don't know, man.
maybe that's the issue is they don't have funding, and so they just had to get like the local bug collector and his green queen.
When this guy gave me the stick insect to hold, and he was like, "I'd love to give these out to more people, but they're not safe for children or adults."
What?
And I was like, "What am I holding?" And he was like, "Oh, just try and take it off your hand." So I tried to lift it off, and I fucking couldn't.
What? What?
It just like fused itself to my hand
What the fuck?
because it was like a bramble stick insect.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You had to coax it off with like warm water.
Oh my god.
I was like, why did you just give that to me? Oh, and he at one point he pointed at some of the taxidermy and he was like, "Those ones are fake." Huh? You
Huh?
could do that
How do you?
in a museum? You're allowed to do that?
Isn't it a thing where like half of the paintings that are out are like copies?
Probably, but that's probably by accident. Like they've been stolen and replaced.
Oh, okay. I know that there are multiple like originals of the same oh my god, I can't remember his name now. I feel really bad and I know you're gonna rip into me for it because I have this piece everywhere. There's multiple
It's
originals
the
of the
wave.
Great Wave. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is a
Carl loves that wave.
I love that wave. I think it's a very nice piece. I like a lot of his pieces. I always make sure that I like know the name of the artist and all this. I can't remember the name for the life of me. It's not coming to me right now.
If it helps you, it's not one of the ones I know.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's not gonna I don't want to dwell on it.
It'll be on the screen.
It'll be yeah, it's a very nice piece, but they're not like paintings. They're like wood carvings that are like
Yes.
printed with yeah, they're like pressed with ink or something.
Yeah, they're like prints.
Yeah. So there's like there are
Artists formerly
multiple
known.
copies of like the same piece out there because the actual original is like a wood carving. So yeah, it's very interesting. I like that piece a lot.
Yeah,
It's very nice. A lot of his pieces are gorgeous.
I like his volcano one. It's
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah. His mountain scenes very nice.
So, the loose framework with which we are loosely talking around
Yes.
um, today, I can't actually remember what we planned for today.
Oh my god.
This is exciting.
This is
This is
exciting.
exciting for me.
Yeah, it's exciting for me too.
Normally, I'm the one with the plan,
We
but
mentioned
today you're the one with the plan.
creature types, like enemy types.
Yes.
I have a couple ideas for it.
Okay.
Well,
You fire away with enemy types.
we mentioned a little while ago. A lot of them could have like not every fight should be that you just like win. So like I think certain not everything is like you fight to win it, right? Like not everything is just like beat it into the ground. Like it should be like a puzzle to win it.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And so I think different types of enemies should have different ways of winning. Like I don't think you should be able to I think we mentioned this before, like if you have like if one of the type is like lichens, you can have different types of lichen. Like say for example, like a werewolf, like you need silver bullets or
Yeah, or
like
it's not going to work.
yeah, or like I'd like different kinds of lichen, like werebears, wereballs, those kind of things. And then like they,
Yeah.
yeah, like silver bullets only work for werewolves, and then like maybe
Where bears have a different one.
yeah, like maybe it's a certain flower or something that you have to like infuse the oil into like a blade or something, you know?
Bit like the Witcher.
Yes, yeah.
I think that would be fun. But I think it implies that every. In my head, there's like a crone in a village that's like, you must shoot it with a silver bullet. Like, there must be some sort of way to find out that information that isn't talking to an NPC.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That is
Whether it just is in the rules that you get, like, here's how you kill these things. And you have to figure it out a bit like Phasmophobia.
Hmm.
where like you're trying to deduce what kind of creature's attacking you first,
That could be fun. Yeah.
while being attacked by like standard enemies, I guess.
Hmm.
So like you might get attacked by a wolf while trying to hunt a werewolf, so he doesn't factor into the silver bullet quest, but you still have some combats going on.
I like that.
I think that could be fun.
What other kind of enemies do you think you would enjoy fighting in this Brothers Grimm style game?
I think that the thumblings.
Thumblings? You think they'd be a good one to fight?
I think that there's something in that. They're like maybe they're making contraptions that they can like walk around in like mechs.
Oh my god, they're trying to like get their
They
way
got like
into
spider mechs and
society.
stuff. Yeah, they're trying to like over. They're like mischief makers.
Yeah,
So it is just like in their nature to fuck up everything.
that's quite
So
fun.
they could be our version of like every quest has goblins in it
Hmm.
in like standard stuff.
Yeah,
They could be our ones because they're just like they're gonna mess with the the players at the start because that's what they do
I quite like that. Maybe
as a
there's like
species.
obvious signs that they're around.
Yeah, they've got like mouse holes that look like people.
Yeah.
Mouse holes with doors. You're just
Oh,
like
they
the
stop.
fuck.
Yeah. No, I really like that.
And you're like, I don't know why this is here.
Why do you keep doing that? What
Like
about
stuff goes missing.
what do we think of like ghosts and stuff? Would you want to do ghosts and stuff?
Ghosts are cool. There's a there's an important question I think though. There's two important questions with ghosts, I guess.
Go on.
How do you stop it from getting sad? Because you're dealing with like a dead person.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, maybe that's the thing is it's like werewolves with silver bullets. Maybe you don't because like the way that I've done ghosts before is that you can't really just like get rid of them. Like they are just gonna keep coming back unless you like solve their problem.
I like how Kina does it, where it's like if you try and if you're happy to like move on and it's easy for you, you don't become a ghost. But if you struggle to move on because your death is traumatic and you try and cling to life, you become like a corrupted spirit,
Hmm.
and they have to fight you to save you because you're lost in yourself.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
My other question: if ghosts are real, afterlife's real?
Potentially.
Or when they die as ghosts, that's it?
Well, I was thinking of like you would have to try and speak to the spirit. I'm trying to think of a way to do it where you're not like because one of the big issues that I find is railroading in D&D,
Yes.
right? So one of the things that we don't want to do is creating scenarios where you have to finish it in the same form every time. So maybe
Yeah.
yeah, maybe there's like structures to them instead. So maybe there's like three different types of spirits where like one of them is like yeah, corrupted. One of them is like new form where it's like they've just passed over and they've got a problem and like the structure to like the new form is they haunt an area, they have an issue and that's what's keeping them alive. So like they have like a set pattern that they keep repeating that gives players hints as to what their problem is, and then you can try and sort of coax them out of that pattern to try and speak with them to gain a little bit more understanding of why they're haunting the area, and then if you try and help solve that issue to help them pass on. Maybe it's like finding out who their killer was, or sort of like setting a tombstone right, sort of thing. Maybe if like a tombstone is destroyed, maybe if you get them a new one, or like rebury their body with a loved one. You know, I know it's sad, but I also think those make for interesting stories. And if you keep it open enough, I feel like people can come up with their own ways of like a GM can write their own one.
I
And
like that.
yeah,
It's a
you
fun idea.
kind of tailor it to a party. I think that's how I'd like to do it. I think that'd be fun. But I do think that makes it a little sad. That makes it quite heavy.
That's fine. Some ghosts can be like, this guy fucking sucked when he was alive. Just get him gone. And other ghosts can be like, this is my uncle's spirit. I miss him so. I think that the other issue with ghosts is the sexy pottery scene. That's going to be hard.
Oh no, that's their issue is they never got to Ghost.
They never got the ghosts.
I've never seen
They
that
never
movie.
got this. I've seen the pottery scene.
I've seen the pottery scene, but I've only seen the community version.
Right, that doesn't count.
It counts.
Right, okay. I think that's the other issue with
What
ghosts
is-
is you have to have a sexy pottery scene.
When was that movie set? Who was
What do you mean,
like
when was it set?
when
I
was
think
it
it was
set?
set in its time.
When was it released?
I don't fucking
Is that an
know.
80s movie? Yeah.
It feels 80s.
In the midst of like Ghostbusters coming out and like
Then they had Ghostbusters, but it's the other kind of busting.
that's the thing is like when they had like Ghostbusters coming out, Top Gun, I'm trying to think of other 80s movies. Like
Gremlins?
Breakfast Club, Gremlins, all these movies are coming out and they were like, I'm tired of all these like Gremlins and Ghostbusters, I'm tired of all these supernatural movies coming out. Why does no one want to fuck the ghost?
No one's so fun. The ghosts are losing their sex appeal.
Ghosts are really losing because I know there's that one scene in Ghostbusters that they really. Have you seen Ghostbusters?
Yes, well, not in a while. I was going to really defend myself there, but like I probably can't remember a single fucking scene in that movie.
Oh,
So
do you remember the scene where a ghost goes down on Dan Aykroyd?
no,
No, oh, you don't remember it? Oh God.
what the fuck? I was that as a child.
Yeah, me too. That's the thing.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. They wanted to like elaborate on the scene as well and like do more with it. Not like that, but like elaborate more on the ghost. I think. I don't know. I think Dan
Which
Aykroyd
ghost?
thinks
Is it
that movie
Slimer?
No, the ghost is completely invisible for the first time in the movie.
What the fuck?
Yep.
So it's just like his cock's out.
Kind of. If you can find the scene easily enough, but it's like,
I don't want to.
yeah, I don't recommend it, but like it just happens. It's just there. It's just I don't. I love.
They made
them.
more of these movies. Cool.
Yeah. They were like, oh, get Finn Wolfboy in this new one, and Paul Rudd.
There's a thin wolf boy.
Yeah, no, from Stranger Things. You love Stranger Things.
I love Stranger
Mini
Things.
Slobby Clown.
I've watched it before
Have you not watched Stranger
more than
Things?
once. I think I must have watched it with a past girlfriend or something because I vaguely remember bits of it,
It's one of those, to be fair. Yeah, it's
but
decent.
I definitely only watched the first season.
There's like a stoner like pizza delivery guy in the newest season, and he's so funny. He's so sweet. He literally like carried the newest season for me. And there was an interview that came out recently with him where like he hasn't been added into any of their group chats or anything, and he's like not coming back for the next season for no reason. And it's really sad that they just like excluded
man.
him. And it's like he's so he's great. He's great. I don't know. The nice stoner character in anything usually gets me, but he's so nice.
I was gonna say that's your like oeuvre.
Yeah, he's
You
got
like that character in
He's
things.
got a camper van as well. Oh, the dream.
You put a fucking stoner in one of our games.
No, I didn't. No, I did
Yes, you
not.
did.
The
Yes, you
turtle?
did. Yeah.
Yeah, he had his Spelljammer was a camper van. He was great.
Yeah. And it broke down.
Yeah, he had a flat tire.
Man, I want to talk about the Spelljammer in my game, but I physically can't. It's the main limitation of this podcast is we have to hide secrets from each other. Man, games are good. We will run encounters at some point. We just need to establish what kind of enemies we're dealing with.
Yeah, there's a lot to make it a tabletops. It's difficult.
I'm quite excited to run the mini one of it, like the encounter of it. I've written like a one shot idea.
Yeah.
So I guess I can discuss the enemy types that I've come up with for that.
Pitch it.
So the idea is, it's like set in the Hansel and Gretel town,
Okay.
post Hansel and Gretel, because hags are just people. The witch that was leading them into the woods to eat them was just like a serial killer
Oh, okay.
that killed children because like
Hmm.
that was her mo. And then like she's been dead for years, and her house got burnt down when they did the fucking put the child in the oven.
Yeah.
But people have been children have been going missing, and it's the same mo of
Ah,
like
okay.
breadcrumbs, but instead of breadcrumbs, it's like someone arrives to the village, gives out toffee apples, and then the children follow the toffee apples into the woods.
Hmm.
And it would be you'd find dead bodies with their eyes, no, with their mouths and hands have been eaten,
Oh, okay.
and it's because a swarm of insects have infested the body of the hag,
Mm.
and there's enough of them that it's come back to life as its own creature. So it's like a bug creature, swarm of bugs in a witch's coat, and they eat people's hands and mouths because they've got sugar on them.
Is this a movie?
Is it a movie?
Is this not Candyman?
That's not Candyman. That's not how Candyman works.
I don't. It sounds. It sounds like it's
I
inspired.
mean, Candyman is full of bees. It's definitely got
I
Candyman
like it.
energy
I like it a
to
lot. I think it's really cool. I just...
Candyman's full of bees, but the bees aren't sentient, and the bees don't eat people. Candyman is
I
full
like
of bees
that.
because he was killed by bees.
Oh yeah.
He got killed
I
by
need to
bees.
watch. I need to watch that movie.
It's good. They fucking. Oh boy, I hope no one died that way in real life, but I bet they did.
Oh, I don't even.
It's
wanna,
horrific. They
I don't even
fucking
want to look it up.
cut his hand off, then flayed him, and then covered him in honey so that the bees ate him.
They filleted him.
They filleted him. Fillet of fish, Prince Fillet.
It's fillet. Why did that get me? Oh, brain rot.
These
Sorry.
are very simple people. Anyway, that was my idea. That was my weird idea.
Okay, I like that. That could be fun.
And it would be like
I'm-
you find these bodies in the woods with no mouths and no hands.
Mm.
Because they were
I'm-
children that have picked up their sweets.
Oh, that's fun. I like that a lot. I'm really struggling to write anything unique at the moment. Like I've
In
got,
general.
yeah, like I'm trying to write a Tales from the Loop campaign at the moment, which luckily one of my players just cancelled for this weekend, so that gives me some time to prep. But it's just like I watch something and I read something, and they're all that's on my mind, and so like I know plagiarism is like. I hate to write it like that. Plagiarism is kind of inevitable in a way because you're obviously going to be inspired by something that like affects you a lot, right? But
I don't
like,
think that's plagiarism, but I get what you
no,
mean.
but like yeah, it's difficult to like when you start writing to not like just hit the same beats and pray that no one else has read or watched the things you've watched or read.
I
this
do that a
week.
lot, yeah. Like, fuck, I hope no one heard of Candyman before.
It's
That's
like, you
kind
know,
of
when
my whole
someone
bit.
suggests, when you talk to someone and you're like, you've got like a tabletop game coming up, and then you're like, oh, you guys should really watch this. You should listen to this, and then like you start writing it, and you have to come back to the chat and be like, guys, did anybody actually watch or read the thing I suggested? Because if you didn't, don't. Like,
Please don't look at what I told you to look at.
that's not Danny. If you're listening, that's not exactly what I said to you. Because it's like,
Danny, don't watch the Teletubbies, please.
please don't. It was
The plot.
just before we started recording, I mentioned something I had read, and I was like, "Oh, this is a perfect thing to like kind of steal as like an idea for a Tales from the Loop game." But also, it's very dark. I don't know how dark. So for context, there is a story, like a horror story, written called Baroska, that's very interesting. That was written by the same person who wrote the TV shows, or helped write the TV shows, Haunting of Hill House.
I fucking
Haunting of
love that show's
Bly
amazing.
Manor. How dark do they get?
Very.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Okay. So it's
every
on
trigger
par.
warning. If you want to watch, if you take that recommendation, every fucking trigger warning.
Okay,
Genuinely.
okay, because Baroska is the same. Like, I've never sat through 4 hours of something and had the last half an hour affect me so much. I
Yeah.
watched two guys like read through it because I have a very bad attention span, but it's just so like, oh my god, I didn't think they would get as dark as they did. And the thing is, I'm gonna watch like, what's the order for them? The
There
Hell
isn't
House
one
Hellblind
because
Manor.
they don't relate to each other yet. None of them are set in the same. I
Oh,
think
are they not?
part of the joy is going, oh shit, that's the actor from the other one. You know?
Oh, okay. Because I know that one of the guys who's in there was from the YouTube channel Funhouse, or he used to show up on there every now and again, and it was really weird for me to watch it and be like, I watched this guy play like Star Wars pod racing.
One guy, he plays like a drug addict in one series, and I was like, this poor man, he's so sweet, and he's like clearly like fallen into this horrible like destructive cycle. And then in another series, he plays like a smarmy Scotsman.
Oh my god! Right, if I send you a picture right now, you need to
Hmm.
tell me if it's the same guy.
And like, I don't know how he pulled off the fucking the range. Yeah, so watch those shows, but every trigger warning under
Is
the
it that
sun.
guy?
If you've seen, no, it's not that guy. He plays
Oh,
a
okay.
absolute sweetheart in the Blind Manor one, and then just like a prick in the night one. That seems to be the dichotomy of these actors.
Because he's the guy who was on Funhouse, and it's really weird.
He's great. He's so good in the show. They're all really good in the show, man. Yeah. Anyway, that gets really
So
dark.
weekly recommendation is that those pretty good to watch.
Yeah, our thing that we do every week is where we recommend a piece of very popular media.
Yeah, we're doing really good at that so far. Other podcasts, other TV shows.
You guys had this Barbie movie.
Did anyone hear? Oh,
They
can
made a
we
movie
talk
about a
that?
toy. Apparently,
Can
it's
we
really
talk
good.
about that? Wait, big boobies. That was a very original and unique joke that worst comedian I've ever seen has made.
What's that?
You don't know about this?
No.
Oh my god. So it was like the Oscars or the Emmys or whatever had obviously, you know, every year they get everyone's favorite dickhead, Ricky Gervais, on. And
Yeah.
instead I think they swapped him out for someone else.
Transphobe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
horrible, man. They swapped him out for someone else one year, and this guy was doing like the announcements for the awards, and he was just making like the worst joke, like not even funny. Just like he was like, oh, Oppenheimer is a very intelligent and epic movie about a man who make a bomb and then cry about his government clearance. That's not what he says. He praises the movie a little bit more, and then he's like, and Barbie is about a plastic doll with big boobies, and it's like, you really didn't watch the movie, huh? I didn't like Barbie, but like, I understood
Yeah, but you
what
hate
it was
women,
there
so-
for. I do. I don't know if I want that on record. I don't say that. I just hate women.
Sorry,
No,
I forget that I sometimes just say shit very dryly, and it's not going to come across as a joke.
Yeah, no, I do though.
Dude,
It's
fucking
not a joke. Stop putting that up on screen.
just a video of you.
No. But
I honestly
yeah,
didn't think I'd be the one that got bleeped the most.
really.
I
Why, what do I
thought
normally
I thought
say?
you'd regret more of your sentences. I don't
regret a
think
lot
you
of my
say anything
sentences.
regrettable. I just think you'd regret more.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
So it's all coming out now.
I think I say more regretful stuff, but I don't register it until it's too late.
I'm looking out for you. I'll bleep you if it needs to be.
I'm glad. By the way, I don't say
welcome.
anything that would offend the people that I care about. I only say things that would offend.
I don't say it
Rishi
to their
Sunak.
face, is what he's trying to say.
I say things that would upset Rishi Sunak.
Oh, okay. We went in different directions.
Rishi Sunak is, I believe, the mouse from the Give a Mouse a Cookie.
Right, okay. You want to go at me for any which way but loose being niche. And you give a mouse a cookie. What?
I think Rishi Sunak is the mouse.
No,
Give
don't
us-
repeat it. Don't repeat it. You need to explain what you're talking about.
It's like an old lady that swallows a fly, but in America they were like, that one's fucked, so we'll do a mouse eats a cookie, and then he's like, can I have milk, please? And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll give you some milk. Basically, it's don't be nice to people because they want more.
Oh, that seems
And I
very
think-
American.
Yeah, and I think that Rishi Sunak is that mouse. I think at one point he's going to ask to be the prime minister, and you say yes. I think that's where it escalates to.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think somewhere in there there's like, give a mouse some milk, and then he's going to be like, I'd like a napkin, please. Oh, I'd like
How
to.
is-
I'd like to send all refugees to Rwanda, please. You know.
I don't understand how that's the American version. That's wild to me.
Well, because I think that there was an old lady that swallowed a fly, who should definitely be a fucking bad guy in our game. Holy shit. A woman that just keeps eating bigger and bigger things.
Kirby, the old woman. Oh my
fucking.
god, yes. Write
What's
that
that
down.
fucking
Write that
called?
down.
Damacy?
Da-
What's that game called?
Damacy?
The one where
Oh,
you just.
yeah.
Da Vinci? Yeah.
Da
The one where.
Vinci?
The one where it like consistently eats bigger things.
Tomodar.
Fuck, can you
Oh my
imagine fighting a woman that just like won't stop eating bigger and bigger shit?
Oh my god, yeah.
Please, I swallowed a fly. Fetch me a harass.
It all started with a fly.
And
This
she's like, you
frail,
can see all the
3 foot
animals
tall
poking
woman.
out of her.
Oh, that's so good.
100% we're doing that. I can't believe that
Yeah.
circled back to a relevant point. Anyway, I think
See?
also Rishi Sunak as a villain.
Receipts. I don't know if we can do that without making the game just fully politics.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can homebrew it in. I'll write a homebrew. Homebrew rules.
Oh. You know how they have like Xanathar's guide to everything? It's Will's guide to politics.
Will's guide to politics, but it's just me giving you stat sheets and saying whether I think I could beat them up.
Oh god. So Rishi Sunak is weaker than a child. Is that an official
Yeah.
statement you'd like to take, Mr. Mulaney?
Is that funny to you, Mr. Mulaney?
Funny.
Yes.
Very. Write that down.
Writing that down. That shit's good. He's definitely weaker than a child. Have you seen him use a hammer? Fucking mouse cunt. Anyway.
This is why we should bring Bozo back. Because remember when he knocked the child over?
Oh, yeah. Say what you will about Boris Johnson. He was stronger than a Korean child.
Oh my god, was it really?
Yeah, it was at some like fucking international thing, and he just shoulder rammed a child to the floor.
Some politician's kid. They just
He just hearted him.
Oh god. What a guy. Honestly.
At least he was just like clearly incompetent. You know,
No,
it was basically
I've-
Basil Brush.
I don't know. I think that was the point half the time. I mean, do we really want to talk about this?
No,
Okay.
he's if you are interested in mythology blending with British politics, read Once and Future. That's my recommendation.
Oh my god, is that the Knights of the Round Table with the
Yeah.
bring back the EDL?
The EDL bring back King Arthur so that he'll cleanse the country of non-British people.
Oh man, they deserve a big kiss on the forehead for writing that up. That is golden. It's
It's
so
such
good.
a good idea. The guy who wrote it is a fucking genius.
EDL become necromancers. Like,
Yeah, they bring him back, and then they're like, he immediately kills all of them because he's like, you're not as British as you think you are.
yeah. Oh,
You're actually like mostly
so
French.
good. That's so good.
It's
was-
immediately like the EDL suck. They're the real bad guys. Anyway,
Speaking
here's
of-
King Arthur.
Can I go on a tangent? This is kind of related, but also
Can you go on a
kind of-
tangent? Yeah, sure. I've
Okay.
held the floor for a bit.
So, I was talking to one of my friends in work last
Goes
night.
to another school.
You don't know him. He goes to another school, and we were talking about like British stuff that's aged poorly, and we very quickly got on
Prince
to
Charles. Sorry.
no. Prince Andrew.
What?
The what's it called? Little Britain.
Yeah.
Horrible. Just like it's mad that that guy writes children's books now. Like
I mean, I've said before that you can't watch anything from like 9 years ago without it, without like a grain of salt. I think I've pinched that from Lego's Armorama, but fuck it.
Oh, so it counts again.
Huh?
It counts. It still
Yeah.
works.
But there's some British stuff that's like League of Gentlemen. The writers of that have been like, we
I think
stopped
that's the
because it
best
was
way to go about it.
yeah. We stopped. Yeah, they had to take some of it off the air, didn't they? They don't play Little Britain much anymore.
Not at all. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about like Little Britain was bad, and then Come Fly With Me, which
Come
came
Fly
out
With Me was way
later.
worse. Come Fly With Me
Oh
felt like
my-
they were like, how do we push the envelope?
How do we really like nosedive as hard as possible?
Yeah. I know you don't like him, but Bo Burnham's song Problematic is good in terms of
Yeah.
like tackling how to tackle stuff when you've like made shit that isn't good retroactively.
Yeah. Has
'Cause
he
he's-
done anything that
He's
was-
done some fucked songs. Clan Cookout is a classic.
Speaking of done problematic and fucked, didn't he cheat on it?
Uh.
Clan cookout, what?
Huh? He wrote a song about going to a Clueless Clan Cookout
Oh.
as if it's like a catchy, very early 2000s humor. Speaking of, I've been listening to old Eminem songs.
Oh no.
Holy fuck, dude. It's
Is it
not
the
good.
end
Like,
of-
I knew it was bad. Like, it's pre-rehab.
If you
Is-
listen to the ending of My Band, you'll understand.
No, that one's funny. Fuck you.
No.
I like that bit.
Is that one like not post ironic? I hate that phrase so much.
Post-rehab. It's post-rehab.
Not
There's one in his post-rehab
Oh.
album where he's like, he just lists, he like sings from the perspective of a man who goes round in a car kidnapping famous women and killing them.
Mhm.
And you're like, it's just weird. It's a weird thing to do. It's a weird song to write.
Why would you write this?
To be like,
It's like
let me recount the time I kidnapped and killed Britney Spears. You're like, that's a weird thing to do, dude.
what was the other one where it was like I mean Tyler the Creator also has like I love Tyler the Creator. We talked about this recently. He did the soundtrack to the Grinch movie.
It fucking
he's
slaps.
he's written a song about like murdering and eating women. like
That's because he's a big Eminem fan. Like, that's,
oh, is it? Is that what that was?
I'm pretty sure.
Because
Eminem has a song from the perspective of Buffalo Bill.
Oh my god! What
And
the
Silence of the
the guy
Lambs.
from oh, why can't I think of it? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind today. This is really good. We needed more woman.
Silence of the Lambs. I don't think we did.
Silence of
This
the
is-
Lambs. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're like one of your favorite movies.
My like all-time favorite movie. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. You know,
Yeah, he wrote a song from the perspective of the killer from that.
man.
It's not
I
as
don't know if
bad
that
as.
movie's
I don't think there's a single DMX song I can listen to anymore.
No.
I don't think
I
there's
mean,
a single
Skepta's still around, so clearly it doesn't catch up to everyone.
one. Skepta's song, awful.
I think that's the most blatant one. That I've,
Warning
like-
for transphobia on Skepta's song.
Yeah. But
If
Skepta's
you go
still
looking
around.
for it, if you go looking for
Which
it,
is insane.
it's mad that Skepta's around because he lost a fucking rap beef so hard, but also because he said that shit.
More than meets the eye.
No, you're gonna make
It's
it easier for
horrible.
them to find.
It's horrible. Maybe don't look it up. It's not funny.
It's not. It's just bad.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh god. Something that isn't
something that
politics or
isn't.
transphobes.
Yes.
You've
Knowles.
written
Huh?
Knowles?
I like Knowles. I want Knowles.
You want Knowles? Okay.
I mean, hyena people don't really make that much sense though. With an owl.
They there's a wagon encounter in Baldur's Gate that like has people slowly turning into gnolls in front of you. It's something about if you have a baby, there's a chance that they can like turn you into a gnoll or something.
What the fuck?
Gnoll lore is crazy. like it's
I didn't
I was-
know that. I thought you were
yeah,
born
me
a knoll.
neither. No, that's the thing. It's like I don't want to mess this up. So hyenas that feast upon the slain foe of one of the fangs. What? I want to transform quickly following. I thought it was like
Knoll
Okay,
are cool. Hyena men. Hyena men are cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. But yeah, I swear, like, if you have a baby, there's a chance that it can just like be a a null, and it like turns you into a null. Or that was what was happening in Baldur's Gate anyway, which isn't always accurate, as I found out with how they portray Zariel. But other than that, amazing game.
Did they just do a bad job of that, or was it just like different?
Yeah, they just kind of make her, they just kind of make her like a warmonger, and they just kind of like make her like a big scary angry, like she buys someone as a slave to like fight in the army, but she's still like, even though she's like a demon, she's just kind of like an angel that she's like a fallen angel, and the whole point of Zariel was that she wanted to fight in the blood war to stop it like spilling over into the material plane. So when she like goes down into the hells and chooses to become an archdevil, it's still for the good of everyone else that she's fighting the blood war. Like she's still fighting it for like the good of humanity.
Yeah.
And so it's like she only takes like willing participants. So one of the main characters, Karlak, the big, you've seen the big tiefling?
Yeah.
Yeah, her thing is that she was like sold to Zariel, but like, why would Zariel just need a big bland old tiefling? I love Karlak, don't get me wrong, but like, there's no real. It's a bit confusing as someone.
There's no
who's,
reason
like,
for them, do you mean? Or like
there's
no
no
law?
reason for the character to need to buy a random, like, because Zariel buys Karlak, puts the immortal engine in her, like a Hellfire engine, something like that. It's like a big engine that like beefs her up and makes her stronger. But like, why would she need a regular tiefling to then enhance to make that tiefling as good as the other demons in her army? It just kind of doesn't make any sense.
That is strange.
Yeah, it's. I watched like a whole thing on it, going through it, and it just didn't really make sense to me why they would do that. It's the only like misrepresentation of any character I've really seen, because like,
That's
I don't
good
know.
though.
Yeah, which isn't even that bad. It's so nitpicky to be like, this character that never shows up is really misrepresented. It's a great game. It's a great game. She has a great storyline that is like, yeah, very, very heart wrenching. It's very sad.
Oh shit. I mean, the
Yeah,
game's meant to be really good. I'm
oh,
not surprised.
amazing. So good. I don't want to. I know you people listening. You've never heard this take before. People that like D&D really like Baldur's Gate. What?
Crazy. I
God.
mean, I don't want to play, but crazy
How come you don't want to? Do we want to get into it?
doesn't interest me. It's not an exciting answer.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, I found. Oh my god, that guy I was talking to. You'll love this. The guy I was talking to in work. His friend has 8,000 hours in Skyrim
The fuck? How?
as a year.
What the fuck?
It's
How?
like,
Literally how?
I don't know.
I got like 4 hours in it, and that's impressive because I dislike it.
Because that was the first thing I said, was like, if you want a good RPG, even from like around that time, The Witcher 3 exists.
Yeah.
Like, if you
Yeah.
want a fantasy RPG that you could spend like a lot of hours in, I'm not going to say 8,000. I don't know any game you can spend 8,000 hours in.
I think I spent 200 hours in The Witcher.
Yeah,
I wanna
I spent about that too. I spent a lot in that. That's a great game though.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. That game's so fucking good. If our game just ends up being Witcher fan service,
I mean, it's fair enough.
grow up. We made it. It's-
Grow up, we wanted to.
yeah.
It's good though. It's so good. If you haven't played The Witcher, oh my god, do it. Amazing story, like story writing,
Yeah. Just very lived
world
in.
building, amazing. It's the best, most interesting like war I've seen in a game that I've like actually cared about.
Yeah, I've borrowed a lot from how it handled the war for my game.
Yeah. I've noticed that it really works.
Because
Sometimes.
it's hard to do politics in a game.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Maybe
you
that
have
will
to
spill
do some-
over into next episode, but
Yes.
oh my god, yes.
I use it a lot. It's one of the most important things in my game. Is like, there's no good guys, and there's
Yeah.
no bad guys. You just have to like. The people who live in the cities are not at fault for the choices of their leaders, which is something that The Witcher does really well.
Yeah, very like deep game. I mean, it has a lot of like structure to work with the books that I'm not gonna read. I want to. There's so many.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh my god, should we end this off with what's your New Year's resolution? 'Cause
Oh.
I know you love them.
I love continuity between episodes.
What do you mean? It's only February.
It's only February, currently. Definitely February,
Almost.
currently.
No, this definitely isn't coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, if pause. If pause,
right.
I think I've never said before. Anyway. Um, oh man, can you tell I'm very tired today?
Yeah.
Is that coming
so-
across?
Yeah, it's coming
Um,
across. We got this.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah, what have you got?
I don't actually have one.
No? Well, make up one now.
Well, be less sad can't be there. Be more positive.
Yeah, be more.
I'd
there you
love,
go.
but that's not built in. That's not in me. You know, that's not in me.
You got this. I believe in you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and be more positive over the next year.
Yeah, be more
Which,
positive.
now that it's recorded, is not gonna happen.
No! Now that it's recorded, it will happen because there's evidence of you saying that.
Right. Right. Okay. I've promised it now.
I like it.
How about you?
Hate less women.
Hate less women. I think that's doable. If we can get it down from all, I think we'll be doing well.
Next episode is going to be an apology followed by a review of Barbie.
Yes.
Yes.
I've watched it
Okay.
and I will review it very well.
Yeah, he took a notepad into the cinema.
I did.
Like a certain hero of him.
And they didn't tell me where it was.
What? Thank you very much for listening.